Welcome to Anglia Car Auctions. Whilst we were just about to do a little preview video of some of the early entries that we have in the halls, we're going to be doing that in just a few moments, but last minute we had the opportunity to go and visit a 2.8 injection Capri. Now, although I've covered many hundreds of miles this week looking at cars, this is only just a few short miles away from the auction. So Fred's got the camera, we're heading out there, we've got the trade plates. If we can do a deal, we're going to be driving it back, and then we'll be doing our auction preview. So just stay with us and enjoy the day. So here we are. We've been here a little while talking to the owners of the car. Really lovely people, and have agreed for us to enter it into our next sale on the 4th and 5th of November. We've got the keys, we've done all the paperwork. Freddie behind the camera is going to be driving it back. 72,000 miles, 2.8 injection Capri. So yeah, let's see how we get on. Fantastic. So Fred, here we go. Shall we fire it up?
Let's give it a go. Pump sticking way. How about that? Amazing.
Do you want to bring it out of the garage?
Absolutely. Let's bring it out.
Well, that rain was unexpected. Let's get the car in and dried off, and then show you all the other ones we have in. So Fred, how did that go?
Brilliant. No, really enjoyed it. Fantastic. Yeah, we just caught the rain just as we
just got the rain. We'll give it a dry off, and then we'll go and show everybody else all the other cars.
Sounds like a plan.
Brilliant. So back at the ranch, giving it a quick dry off. You enjoyed yourself. It's always great to see Fred when he's driven something, such a big grin.
Once again, Guy, I say I was smiling again the whole way. Brilliant. No, really enjoyed it.
Excellent. Yeah. And well done for not being tempted to put your foot down in the rain.
I resisted, just about. As I'm sure a lot of people unfortunately didn't, maybe at the time for this, but...
Absolutely. So this is a car, it's unfortunately being sold as part of a bereavement sale. We met the family today, and they've asked us to sell it for them. 72,000 miles. We've got a nice little amount of history with it, which we will go through and have a look through. There's lots of old MOT certificates. Looking to be all in one piece. Yes, the paint would benefit from some attention. There's some micro blistering. Interior's nice and tidy, the headlining. And she started straight up.
Absolutely.
After not being even started for several months. So
quite a usable example, I think it's fair to say.
I think, and we're going to be guiding this at 7,000 to 9,000.
So again, it's quite a good way to get into the classic scene, isn't it? You
Definitely.
Know, as I say, it's an iconic car. People recognise it, even just on that short drive. People smiling back, waving back at you. Yeah. But quite a good way to get into it, really.
No, fantastic, fantastic. So, what we wanted to talk about is some of the cars that we have entered in. The really fortunate thing, and we're in a very fortunate position, is that we're in September now. The sale is not until November, yet we already have cars on site. This arrived today. Now, you can sign this, Fred.
I did.
A lot of people are saying, what is it?
Well, as I say, you look at it and you think exactly that. What is it? It is, in fact, a Renault KJ1 farmer's body. The chap that's had this, he's had it since I think about 2008, so quite a while. He fully restored it, stripped it down to its wooden frame, ash frame I believe, stripped it down, rebuilt it completely. In fact, there's an article online showing all of that, all the details, so really fascinating to see that. and as I say, he spent many years putting it back, but done a lovely job.
It does look cracking, doesn't it? Really does.
Yeah, and unfortunately, again, just one of those things. It's come the time to sell, but certainly an unusual thing, and I think you're going to struggle to find another one anytime soon.
Absolutely, absolutely. Continuing on the Ford theme from the Capri, now this 6-cylinder Zodiac, so it's a Mark 1, so for Zodiac, arrived yesterday. Now I love these, they sound fantastic. You've got that straight 6 engine, they really do burble along. It's got the look with this sun visor and your little additional spotlight in two-tone. Really is great. Quite a genuine usable car. I think, Freddie, did you take this for photos yesterday, or you certainly moved? No, you moved it in the hall, didn't you?
I moved it round into it, and yeah, again, fired straight up, and yeah, brilliant. It's certainly sounded the part as well.
They do. I think they've got a really good look about them. Great car for you to take out to shows and enjoy. If we were to go, tell you what, let's go and have a look over here. So something a little bit unusual is this Austin 1300 GT.
How exciting.
Absolutely. Now you've got the vinyl roof, 4 doors, alloy wheels. Oh, it's locked.
And I was just going to say, Dale, if you can pan into the inside there, you'll see you've got GT steering wheel, so seats, look at all the dials, all the chrome work on the front. Absolutely great.
Yeah, really rare car, in purple as well, so a very period colour.
Again, there's going to be an argument in the office, I know it, but I like the colour, Guy. No, there, I've said it.
I love the colour, you've said it. Talking of colours, what could be more 70s or even 60s, 70s than this? So it's a Fiat 500. Now this has got a little bit of a twist. It looks quite tidy. Paint's peeling off, so it is a project. It's not been run for 10 years or so?
That, I believe, yeah. I think the story goes is the lady had it restored, so I say it's an older restoration, so I think things got in the way, car was stored up. Unfortunately, when they went back to it again, it's one of those things, time quickly moves on.
Mechanically, I think the engine's, we think, sees through standing.
Yes, yes. So we'll need some going through, but I mean, as a project, fantastic starting point.
Yeah,
you know,
I think we both said this is someone without tremendous skills and space and money could probably do this at home.
I was going to say, I think the hard work has been done. It's still solid, it's still all in one piece, everything's here. So as a project, you've got a really good starting point, and I think it'd make quite a nice car. Something
to mention, quite unusually for one of these, most of the Fiat 500s we have in the auction are left-hand drive. This one, the steering wheel is on the right.
And one other thing to mention with this, I was going through all the paperwork on it, and absolutely stacks and stacks and stacks of paperwork.
Brilliant.
It's obviously had thousands spent on it over the time, so really nice to see. Loads of paperwork. As I say, someone could spend many hours going through it and say sorting it all out. But yeah, no, it's great to see that.
Great, brilliant. Now, a lot of you will say, oh, it's a nice MGB. No, it's not an MGB. Giveaway from the front is obviously the great bulge in the bonnet. It's an MGC, so fitted with the 6-cylinder 3-litre engine. I think they look great, very British, but they sound epic. There's something about a 6-cylinder.
Yeah.
And this looks a really tidy example, doesn't it?
I was going to say, it looks really nice. Again, a classic British icon.
Old English white?
You can't have it any other way.
Now, for those of you that haven't watched the video, do just have a little look back, because the other week Freddie and myself went out to meet Ian, who owns this car with his partner, and Freddie drove it back. Now, you did have a huge grille. Fiats are your thing, aren't they?
I was going to say, I'm a Fiat man myself, so this was, yeah, right up my street.
Yeah.
And no, it's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's one of those things, it's that 60s Italian design. They just know how to do style.
Yeah.
All the chrome work on the front, all the bright work. I mean, you look inside, it's just spot on.
It's epic.
And I think, you know, as I say, very rare car. I was going to say, if you take this to a show, you're not going to see another.
You're not going to find another one. I was doing some research online. I could find one of these in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I believe there is another one somewhere in the UK, but whether it's on the road or not, I couldn't tell you. But a Fiat 2300 is rare anyhow, as an estate.
Even rare.
Even rare. Steering wheel on the right as well, 6-cylinder.
And practical. You can get stuff in the back. Say right-hand drive. It's practical. It's usable.
I really like that.
What more could you want?
Great to see. So, other side of Europe is something very, very British. Now, this has come in. It's a Ford Corsair, Consul Corsair. I think it's brilliant. It's deluxe model.
Yep.
So you look at this. Someone's fitted these deep dish wheels. Now, sometimes you can say, I like the standard wheels. I think they set it off tremendously. They really, really make it look the part. It's beautiful condition inside. Those seats, headlining, and we can't do it with the camera, but just put your head in there and smell it. You can just smell it. There's no damp. It just feels and smells
spot on.
Spot on.
Yeah.
So really like this car.
Again, I think that's what you could use. You could take it to shows quite happily. You're all set.
Yep, absolutely. Now, one of 2 E-Types in the sale.
Yeah, really
possibly
nice.
More.
Possibly more. There's the possibly. But no, again, it's really nice to see, 2 already early on.
Yep, which is great.
How brilliant.
2 plus 2, it's the 4.2 litre in red. This one, I think 68, 69, this one. Really, really great looking car. I'm going to mention, now, Fiats.
We're still going on, again, small Fiats.
Small Fiats.
I'm in my element.
So this is one of a few cars that have come from a private collection, Barn Find Collections.
Yep.
Got the Triumph over there, which we mentioned. So this is a little Fiat Topolino. It's been off the road garage for donkey's years, down in Suffolk.
Yep.
But look how solid it looks.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it wants restoration. You know, it does want restoring. We're missing a passenger seat. All minor details. But I think what you have to start with, these little Topolinos, are truly wonderful cars.
Yeah, and again, quite it's something you can strip down, start from the beginning, but a good project because they're so simple. You can work on them. It's not something that's complex wiring, computers. You've got something that's fairly easy to work on. You can start from a good basis and it'd make a really nice car.
Improve it. So something I'm just going to mention to you. So the vendor of this car drove it here. I gave him a lift back to the station, and this I think this sums up the practical modern classic.
Yeah.
So this was the first classic car our vendor owned. It's actually, I think he said, the first car he's owned that he's actually sold, rather than either passing them on or whatever. So a new process for him. He bought it off a friend of his, spent quite a bit on it. It's fairly inexpensive. I think we're guiding. Are we going no reserve?
We are going no reserve.
Yeah.
On this one, so really interesting to see where that's going to end up.
But little manual 924. They're great cars.
Yeah, and I'll say again, a nice affordable way to own a Porsche. How can you argue with that?
What could possibly go wrong? Perfect. Let's go for it.
Actually, although albeit not Italian, this is something again I really like.
Yeah.
Little Citroen TCV, of course. Always great. We do like a TCV here.
We do. This is the Bamboo edition. So we had a Bamboo edition in the last sale.
Yeah.
And that did need quite a bit of work, didn't it?
This is obviously, I say, been subject to say some previous work, but it's again a really sort of good starting point. I think me and Dale were doing the photos for this over the road. You look in the boot, it's all nice and solid, all proper.
I think you both came back after driving this like Cheshire Cats, laughing, because they are, some going on a trip in one of these. Yes, they were everyday transport for millions of people over the years, but now They are, every journey is an occasion. It puts a smile on your face.
Yeah.
And I think that's, you know, there's a lot of sadness and things to be a little bit glum about in the world. Not a 2CV. You can't be glum driving a 2CV. You're just going to smile.
Absolutely.
And everybody will smile with you.
And I think we're guiding this 2.5 to 3.5, I believe.
Yeah,
so
two to three, 2.5,
again,
3.5.
A really affordable way, classic car ownership.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for?
Love it. Now, what a stunning looking car.
I know this is one of your favourites, Guy.
Yeah, so we all love an E30 BMW. I remember my dad buying an E30 325i Touring 1st of August 1988. This is a BMW 323, so it's a little two-door 323. It's an evocation, an homage to the ALPINA C1. So you've got the ALPINA wheels, you've got the front splitter, it's liveried up that way. It sounds spot on.
It looks spot on.
Looks spot on. It's great. So super car, and I think someone would be very, very proud to use this. Again, a practical car. This is something you could use as a daily. And enjoy it and have a great smile on your face.
Absolutely.
Behind you now,
something rather different.
Totally. Now for something completely different is this Humber. Now this is such an imposing car. I love.
It's brilliant, isn't it? You just don't see that now, do you?
But for safety, so you're not going to. But it's rubber. So the beak is rubber. So don't think. Look at that car. If it hits anyone, you're going to be hurt. We've got a rubber end. It's all okay.
It's all fine. The safety checks have been done.
Great car. Dale, did you drive this one? How did you like it? Pretty good. Yeah. Excellent.
Shake of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shake of approval.
I like these cars. There's something, they're of a bygone era. Dale, have a look in here how it's been retrimmed. It's just great. And this one's always started up well whilst it's on site. Something a little bit different. Again, well, I'm saying different, but then again, they are all different.
Yeah.
Even if you've got two MGBs, they're both different. So we love these Triumph Roadsters. We've had quite a few. This has come from that Suffolk collection. Super solid. Got the dicky seat in the back. What makes this one a little bit rarer, well, not a little bit rare, unique, is its chassis number 21. Now, I'm not an expert on this particular mark, and I'd love you to prove me wrong, but from what I can gather, I think there's perhaps only one or two production cars with younger chassis numbers in the world. So it's a very early car, very worthwhile restoring. It looks like it's all there.
Yeah, very complete, isn't it? It's all
so yeah, fascinating car. And actually that's locked there, but yeah, I'd love to see this one back on the road. And I think you get this back on the road without getting too involved.
No, and we should say, Guy, if someone does buy a restoration project and brings it back to us once it is done, I think we have the
free bacon rolls and tea.
Yes. We always like to see, don't we?
Absolutely. If you've got a car that you've purchased from us and you've restored it, just come along and chat to us. If you're in the area in Kings Lynn, we had a lovely couple calling to see us from Australia the other day.
Yes.
And I didn't have a chance. I was talking to someone else to say cheerio, but it's great. People do love to call in, and it's really, really good to hear from you and see you. You're always welcome. Couple of things we'll mention before we close. So we do Automobilia as well. So Coleman's Starch. Now Coleman's is a Norwich company, a Norfolk company. Bus stop signs, BP signs. I love this. Battery just went there, so we were just explaining this sign. So when MOTs came out, a lot of people needed reminding. So this would have hung on a garage wall. So if your car was registered during June 67, it's now due for an MOT, and you could go through 66, 65, 64, up to 78. So a little bit of fun, like to see that. Frodo brake testing sign, and an original London Transport Putney Bridge three-piece enamel sign from the Underground. Really great looking sign.
I was going to say that looked great hanging in a kitchen or a garage or something like that.
Doesn't matter where it will go, it just would look the part. We've got the Sunbeam S8. We've got a super little Charles bike. Also really like that. Registered as well. Down here, we always have pedal cars in, don't we?
We do.
So J40 pedal car. These were made actually by I think it was Welsh miners or retired miners or invalided miners by Austin.
Yeah.
And they even, if you go through, they even carry their own little chassis number. So great to see. If you look, I don't know if you can see under the bonnet, but anyway, we've got a Pathfinder here, non-original steering wheel, and then this great little tin plate pedal aeroplane. It will not fly, but if you're 3 years old, you'll think you are. And I'm going to mention what an array. We've got 5 Lambrettas and 1 Vespa, all come from the same owner. What a fantastic collection.
I was going to say, yeah,
just have a look through.
Like that.
So, Fred, we need to remind people, don't we? The sale is on Saturday and Sunday, the 4th and 5th of November. It's not too late to enter anything.
No.
Do get in touch. We're going to be very busy. We've got lots more visits to make, lots more cars coming in, but do drop us an email, pick up the phone, speak to yourself, myself, Dale, who's behind the camera, and we will get Dale this side of the camera again
one day,
soon.
One day, I think we will.
Yeah, he's got a little grin. He's grinning. He's coming round. So do just get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions about any of the cars or lots, do feel free to drop us a line. Take care.
Thank you.